All right, so we've got, whoops, we're gonna be doing a pull day today. So we'll be doing some push-ups, some inverted rows, and a little bit of core work. I've actually been jump roping a little bit. Let's get some cardio in. I really enjoyed it the first few days. I think I went a little crazy at first, being that I started off doing like 15 to 20 minutes each day, and things seemed to be going well up until they weren't, right? By like day 3 or 4, I think it was about day 4, needed a break. My endurance just wasn't what it was from even day 1, but I was able to get pretty consistent with going like almost a minute long without having any interruptions, and very quickly caught on to doing the boxer step, which I thought that would take forever to get going, to catch up on, but it was going pretty smoothly. I was surprised. So I might have to get back into it a little bit after taking some rest, but my calves needed a break. So the last few days I've been back on the treadmill doing an incline walk. 5 on the incline, about 3.2 for speed. That usually gets a pretty good burn going for me. Anything faster than that on the incline, I feel like I might as well just be doing a jog. All right, so the HVAC is running. Hopefully the noise reduction on the microphone is doing its job just a little bit, even if it isn't much. So to start off, pull-ups. What's the goal today? I'm just gonna see what I can do, honestly. I have gotten to the point in the pull-ups where I removed the black band. I was doing purple and black. Now I'm just strictly on purple. It's been a few days since I've done some pull-ups, so we'll see where I'm at, kind of adjust. If I decide to keep it on, I'll keep it on. Maybe I'll end up removing it. Maybe I won't. You don't want to overthink things. Just gonna, that's microphone's going into my throat. Let me grab a hat. All right, hopefully you guys can hear me. I think that should work. And the HVAC is stopping, so that's good. A little less noise. It's been pretty hot out, so the AC is running quite a bit. And if it doesn't run, then upstairs gets too hot. So let's do this. Try to shoot for at least 12. One thing I noticed is the stretch in this is definitely wearing out. It doesn't feel as elastic and resistant as it used to be, but that's fine. The whole point is to improve, right? Get better than we were the day before, the week before, the month before. Whew. Definitely felt that one. Where's my water? Yeah, my chest is pretty sore from yesterday. I did dips. Started with push-ups, did dips, and then Bulgarian squats. The Bulgarian squats, that takes a little bit to get used to. I always have a problem with balance and bending that way. But as I've done them a few more times, I'm kind of starting to like them. In my early days, especially when I was doing like strongman or strong lifts 5x5s and stuff like that, you never catch me doing that kind of stuff. But I am trying to venture out a little bit of my comfort zone and try some different things. And that's what got me here with the calisthenics and body weight exercises and improvising a little bit more on the squat rack rather than your traditional overhead press, bench, squat, rows. And I think it's been working out. I'm feeling a lot more pumps. I almost feel like I'm seeing better results just doing body weight stuff rather than your traditional iron. Maybe get some more water real quick before I hit try it for another 12. I've been keeping the workouts simple too, while aiming for some of that higher rep volume. What I've noticed is when I just started doing stuff in a higher frequency, like recently I was doing 50 inverted rows. And I started doing them every day just for the hell of it. No specific reason. I was kind of making a YouTube video out of it just to see what results are. Now, obviously, you're not going to get crazy results over 14 days, let alone doing things every single day because you need some recovery. But what I did realize is by doing that consistently 50 times a day, every day for like even a week, was just how much improvement my form had. And it kind of bled into my other workouts where I realized that my other workouts, I always had a problem where like, okay, I can hit 12 pull-ups, but then the next time I do them, I can only do 8. And then the next time I can do it, I can only do 12. And it really didn't matter what my rest time period was, whether it was a minute or 3 minutes, the following reps always sucked afterwards. But there's something about doing that stuff every day for 50 reps every day, that all of a sudden I swear I saw some explosions in my dips. And yesterday was the first time ever that I was able to do 15 push-ups consistently for 3 sets. Especially on push-ups, because I feel like on push-ups, I a lot of times would stall out at like 20, but then my next set would have like 12, and then my next set was like 5, and I'd be done. But I was actually able to do 15, 15, and 15, no problem. Fuck. 10. I'll take it. Goes back to my original conversation. There's no way before I'd be able to do 12 and then 10. More than likely, I'd probably hit 7. Be lucky if I hit 4, and then struggle to hit 3. All right. What else has been going on? I've been pretty sore lately. In a good way. I like being sore. It kind of reminds you of the work you've done and the work to come. Um, oh yeah. So for the hell of it, just the other day, yesterday, I did a chin up, and I decided, why don't I try doing like an L-sit chin up? And I did it. Completely didn't think for a second I could even attempt it, and I ended up getting, for the most part, 2 reps off. I did 1 rep, and I was like, "There's no way I just did that." So then I jumped back up on the bar, and I did it again, and then I did a partial after that. So that was pretty cool. So I am seeing some changes. And it's funny, these changes are like coming much faster than any barbell work I've ever done, any dumbbell work. It's kind of crazy. I'm definitely becoming a believer in some of this new territory. So I gotta lose my skinny fat. Just not happy with it anymore. I used to be pretty lean, played a lot of soccer growing up, and then life catches up. Your 20s pass, you're in your late 30s, and you're like, you know what? Let's get serious and just get back into it. All right. See if we can match 10. Just gonna give it a little bit of a break. That was 5. It's not even my back. My arms are feeling swollen. I felt like I couldn't even bend them. I hit that wall, and there's no breaking past it. Just tighten up. But you know what? This is probably some of the better work I've done. I'm gonna give it what time do we have on the camera? 13. I'll give it a few minutes, and then I'll try again, because I want to do a little bit more than just that on the pull-ups. All right, so that puts us at 27 total pull-ups. I'd at least want to do 30. You can't end on 27. That's a weird number. That's the other thing I've been doing is on my typical work, I'd be like, hey, that was my 3 sets. I'm done. And I'd go on to the next exercise. What I've been doing lately is just doing more frequent sets. So instead of stopping on 3, we'll throw in a 4th. Hell, we'll throw in a 5th. And that seems to be working out pretty well too. I think that's a little bit more of what I need, rather than such these rigid workouts that you just kind of grab online and you're like, hey, this is the secret weapon, right? And then it never really turns out to be. But I am going off a little bit of the unbeaten path, just kind of following my own thing here. And so far, keeping it simple, just doing the work, seems to be paying off. All right, what time we got? All right, that was 2 minutes. I'm on 6. I'll take it. That was 6. The other thing too is, if you notice, I kind of have that pull out going, where like you can tell my back's doing the work and it's kind of pulling me out and up, rather than just like trying to pull straight up linear. And that's something that I feel like has started recently, and you could really feel your back more now that like that effect is taking place. HVAC's gonna kick back on here. We'll do some inverted rows, hit some core, and we'll be done. Air shouldn't stay on too long. All right, let's get set up here for another angle. I don't like the way that a little too close in. Let me separate that. A little further. Let's try that. Eight. Whew. I'm not feeling these today for some reason. Something seems off. Not feeling any pain or anything. I'm just not liking that stretch. I almost feel like I'm just wasting energy. Why is that? Something's not right. Is this not at the usual height that I do? Or I wonder if that's what, I don't know. Let's do them on the parallels instead. Let's get something just, I'm not liking that. I feel like I'm wasting energy. Let's it's okay to switch things up, especially like in this case where I feel like I'm just not, like something doesn't feel right. It's not a pain thing or anything. It's just, you want to make this count, and just sitting there trying to barrel through it just for the sake of, well, you got to do it. That doesn't make sense. Uh, 15. Whew. Now I think I did 7 over there. Let me mark those. Yeah, 42. Ooh, man. Those will get you. I've been doing all I can at this point to get rid of the skinny fat. I'm down. The other day I weighed myself 157, which isn't too bad. As of recently, I've gotten as low as 154. We ended up going on vacation. You know, diet wasn't really up to par for obvious reasons with being on the road and, you know, eating what you can while you're out on the road, staying in hotels and stuff. So even though I didn't eat a whole lot, to be honest, the stuff that we did end up eating was kind of junk. And you know, there were a couple extra pounds that were tacked down there. Not too worried about it. You know, a pound or two, whatever. You know, it's just gonna be an extra few days in the gym. That's all. So yesterday I ended up doing morning workout on the treadmill for about 45 minutes in the morning, and then in the evening I ended up doing another about 30 minutes. Same thing, incline walk. At 2.35 incline. Let's hit this other set. I'm gonna grab onto the metal this time. It just feels so much better. Six. Eight. 10. 15. I think that's it there before I lose my grip and crack my head. That was 15. Whew. Definitely feeling it in the lat area, that's for sure. Catch my breath here a little bit. So that was pretty much our third set, since I did a kind of a half-ass one on the rings first. Might do one more set and then we'll jump into core. I think that'll pretty much be it for this. We'll finish some of these out. Now for the core, you could either do some L-sits, we could do some hanging knees or leg raises. I haven't really decided what I want to do yet, although the L-sit sounds pretty cool since I was able to do an L-sit chin-up the other day. I feel like it wouldn't give it justice if we just didn't revisit that. So I think we'll be doing some L-sits. I guess I haven't decided if I want to do them hanging, or I could actually do them on the rings or even the parallel bars. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. I kind of like that. We want to engage the core, right? So maybe hanging. I probably can't do these very long at all, but oh yeah, I think that's what we'll do. All right, let's not waste too much energy or time here. Let the back heal up a little bit here. Do our last set, and then do some hanging leg raises. And I am very much behind on my steps and my calories. So off camera, I'm going to be getting time in on the treadmill. I had to go into work today, so I didn't have all of the luxuries of working from home where I can just roll out of bed, go work out, take my shower, hang out on the couch for an hour before anyone else wakes up, before finally getting on the computer. So with having to go into the office, that means it throws off everything else in the day, which for me drives me nuts. Because I like to just get things done, and I like to get things done on my own way, my own time. All right, let's go ahead and knock out these final ones. We'll see how many I can do here. All right. Five. I feel like my legs were going out there before me. Whew. Starting to sweat too. That's one thing I never do working out, is I never sweat. But doing these calisthenic, some of these higher volume workouts, let me tell you, the heavy breathing and the sweating has been coming along. I would do weightlifting and not even come close to breaking a sweat. I'd be lucky if I was even breathing heavy. But doing these, it gets real, I feel. Definitely does. All right, let's see if this is a good angle for the L-sits. How long I could even hold these? This would probably be pretty quick. Honestly, I don't even have a stopwatch to go off of. Maybe I'll just try to count out loud when I go back and look at the footage. Maybe I'll be able to add up some seconds, get an idea. But I don't think this is going to last too long, being the first time I've really ever done this. So let's see. Maybe I'll even show off a little bit and see if I can get that chin up that I did yesterday while I'm doing it. All right, let's see. Arms are pretty shot after doing pull-ups. Oh, I that's right. I was doing a chin up, not a... So here, let's see if I could do it. Right? Might not be the best form, might not be perfect, but I did it. Let's see. All right, let's try this. The swing. It's counting in my head. I think I got 4. That might even be giving myself some credit. Probably more like 3. Wonder if maybe I'll get less sway if I do this. Nah, that's hard. Okay. I didn't like the way that my back was twisted in that. I think at this point too, I'm not even really going to be too serious about trying to time myself. I think just trying these and attempting them for the first time and getting the feel for it is probably good enough. Whoa, okay. There goes the arms. A little bit of stability there. Let's see. I don't even know. Is the camera even showing anything? Not quite, since I'm not up that high anymore. Let's try these. Without having to move the camera. The other thing with the L-sits too is I'm not that flexible. It's almost difficult getting your arms out at a 90-degree angle like that, partially because I know I'm tight here, because you could tell on my legs, they're not getting as straight as they could. But I'm also wondering if I've got a lot of tightness in my back here, which is part of the reason why I probably can't get like 90 degree. Let's see, I'm assuming if the shoulders are down, keep the shoulders down, kind of engage the core in the back. Yeah, I don't even know how long I'm pausing for. Or the knees. This is definitely going to burn. Already is, especially with doing the pull-ups with the legs straight and not bent. I was already getting a good core workout from the pull-ups. I think that was a good burn for the end. Maybe I'll do one more of those. And then jump on the treadmill. It's already, man, it's almost 9 o'clock. Definitely got to get these going. All right, one more hold here and we'll call it. I feel it in my lower back. Wonder what that's about. Yeah, might be worth doing some mobility and some stretching, which I plan on doing anyways. One of my rest days, which will probably actually be tomorrow, because this is my second workout in a row. But it's pretty much all we have going on today. I'm gonna jump on the treadmill, try to knock out at least a half hour of that. If I kind of get that runner's high going and I want to go ahead and do more, I'm going to take advantage of that time and just get it done. Probably be a little bit before 10 o'clock before I go to bed. I know I will get interrupted a little bit because right now my wife is watching some TV with my little one and the other little one is sleeping. So I'm going to have to stop there probably soon while I'm in my cardio, go do some nap time. come back downstairs, finish out the rest of what we have going on. So that's all we got. See you next time. Peace.